Next time around, says Tony Leckie. Some of these drivers were not out earlier in qualifying, so they're getting their first taste of it. A couple of new cars making a late arrival out on the racetrack, trying it for the very first time. Pace car to the infield, folks. We're a half a lap away from the green flag, and car number 14 heads to the infield. Bobby Power's not lasting too long this afternoon, folks. The Datsun not equal to the task. He climbs out. He's trying to rectify the problem. He's looking to pull the hood up, but it's going to be a bit late as the green flag is out, and Don Savanek, car number 2, leads Rick Hartenstein in the 17 Connecticut into turn number 1. Some drivers wait, some drivers power to the front. The 43, the new style Mustang, or the old style Mustang, depending on which style Mustang you have, is in the wall. He slows up some cars. 25 gets turned around. 7LP goes around. Dave Hess running into problems. That Toyota Celica not handling quite up to expectations this afternoon. Rick Hartenstein, car number 17, Connecticut, being followed by the new Don Savanek. And the 25 all running up front as the 43 losing the right front tire early in the event. Pelham's got number 67 doing a fine job. The car is smoking heavily, but he's running with the front back in about the number 6 position. As Bruce Thomas in the 34, looking to work to the way to the front of the field. As Thomas has an obstacle as the 11 Connecticut. Dead in the tracks. As Sullivan just couldn't get by. Now there's problems with the number 37 looking to duck off. That's Dennis Barr. Chevy Monza heads to the infield. And Bobby Powers in the 14 looks to come back out, although he's a few laps down to the leaders. Rick Hartenstein of the 17 Connecticut, the 25 NE, the 22 of Chuck Paniccio, the 2 of Savanek, the 67 automobile of Pelham, then the 1 of Golis, all running up on the lead pack. They're going to be running with some lap cars here momentarily. 17 Connecticut, 25, 22, 2, the 1 and the 67. Still running and maintaining a front-running group, although they're beginning to spread out a little bit, lapping cars in will. Car number 11, Connecticut, looking to make up some lost ground is Dave Sullivan, and the 34, Bruce Thomas, looking to close in. This has been one of the better four-cylinder events to this point. There's a number of cars still in contention. Although there is a long way to go, anything can more likely will happen. Challenge for the lead on the backstretch. Mike Wacklin in the 25 NE. Challenge is Rick Hartenstein for the lead in turn 4. Chuck Paniccio waits in the wings with the 22. Not too far behind is Don Savanek in the deuce in the 1 of Golis as he's closing in. He's now moved up to the number 5 position unofficially. Little dipsy doodle on the backstretch, 3 wide. Action continues hot and heavy, folks. Gingerly down off the racetrack at the 21. On the binders, we have got a problem in turn 4 as well as the old 3 testing the Amco barrier. Debris on the backstretch right by the pit gate. Somebody's bumper just laying in the middle of the racetrack. Just yet another obstacle they'll have to endure this afternoon. The 17 Connecticut, your leader, Chuck Paniccio, the double deuces, moves into second. Mike Wacklin in the 25 NE is third. Battle for fourth between the deuce and the number 1. That's strictly unofficial. Gingerly, a very unhappy young lady. Something breaking on the 21 as she exits the event rather early. It's a real battle out there, folks. A half a dozen cars running for the number 2 position at the present time. 17, NE. Maintains the lead position. The rest of the field continues to battle for a spot. A couple of boys taking it out on one another. Don Savanac and TJ Golis battling back and forth, costing him a couple of spots. I would have to say that one is back up to the 5th spot. The number 6 is running in the number 6 position. Make that the number 2 is running in the number 6 position. We'll get that straight yet. Kind of early in the day to be working. It's only afternoon. The sun is shining brightly. We should be at the beach. And we'll be there right after this is concluded. Unofficially, the 17 Connecticut off that 4th turn, heading down to the start-finish line, is your leader unofficially. The number 22 of Chuck Benicio will get the 2nd spot, the 34 of Bruce Thomas, the 25 NE, the 1, and then the 2. After that, it looks to be the 67, or probably the 0, or a couple others. A lot of cars still in contention. 75 laps. Not only do you have to go fast, you have to endure all the little obstacles that pop up in front. Your leader looking to run away. We've got the 55 going backwards in a real hurry on the front straightaway. I don't think he was going that fast in the forward position, never mind in reverse. Now number 61 losing the left rear tire. It goes up to the Armco barrier where it stops. Nobody knows. Axle and all right out of the 61 as it continues to work its way through the turns down into the infield out of harm's way. Car number 17, Connecticut. Rick Hartenstein doing an amazing job. Setting a blistering pace. Bruce Thomas in the 34, breaking free, runs 2nd. Chuck Benicio in the 22, runs 3rd. The Deuce of Savanac is 4th, and the 1 of Golis is 5th. Again, that's strictly unofficial, folks. That's only the way we see it from the booth. The scorers may have a different version once we get into the final workout. Connecticut. 34. Then the double deuces, the 2 and the 1. That's about the way they see it, unofficially at this time, but that could change, depending on how many laps they get into the record books, whether or not they finish the entire 75-lap circuit. Bob Fiala's 15 goes around in turn 1. Joe in the number 7 calls it quits, he pulls it off. Front throughout most of the event, being chased by the red, white, and blue number 34, the Mustang, the Bruce Thomas. Looks as though number 15 losing the right rear. Slides it through the puddle on the front straightaway, out of harm's way as we stay under green flag conditions. Emma Coates pulls off with the number 17. Right now, scoring lap number 22. Or actually make that 23 as the leader crosses the stripe. Joe Christensen at car number 7 comes back out. He lost a few laps sitting in the infield. Looks as though Chuck Benicio's double deuce is running into problems on the backstretch. 3 wide through the turns. Nice piece of driving, folks. Lap number 24 being scored. So as you can see, they're counting them down real quick. Bobby Green into 0, not quite racing as quick as he'd like to. As you can see, smoking the tires as well as the 8X of Harry Keeney. It's a combination, go as fast as you can without abusing the equipment. You've got to last 75 laps. It's not always the fastest that wins because then they have to go through a post-race inspection as well. Rick Hartenstein out of Stafford Springs, Connecticut, doing a fine job. beginning to settle down just a bit here in the mid portion. We're 1/3 of the way through. 75 laps the distance. Right now, we could have a new change of command, folks. Rick Hartenstein, with a daring move to the inside, opens up a little daylight, but Bruce Thomas had closed right in with the number 34. Your leader down across the start-finish line. Bruce Thomas in hot pursuit. Chuck Paniccio closing in with the double deuces. The deuce, Donnie Savadak running strong tonight. The 0, well, Bob Ink Green heads to the infield. That's the team car down too. That team eliminated as Emma Coates goes over there to check it out. Car smoking rather heavily. The number 1 goes down on the backstretch. DJ's afternoon apparently has ended. That'll make Mommy happy as he coasts around. Takes the turn to the left in the infield. No visual damage. Maybe something in the motor compound. Wasn't to be this afternoon, folks. Bruce Thomas once again in hot pursuit, chasing down the number 17 Connecticut. That's a battle for the lead. Chuck Paniccio double deuces his 3rd. Don Savadak in the deuce is unofficially 4th. After that, it's anybody's guess. And I do mean anybody's. Kind of a 34, Bruce Thomas has taken over command of this one, folks. He won the Demolition Derby last Sunday, looking to pick up the Enduro this afternoon. Running 3rd, the double deuces. He'll be back out in the full-size Enduro as well. Nobody knows where she's going to stop, but the 03 stops right on the apron. Bruce Thomas in command. The 17X runs second. Look at Paniccio and the double deuces looking to close in. Top 3 cars. It's amazing. Folks continue to run nose to tail. Just a couple of car lengths separating them. Usually this one car has totally dominated the event, but not the case this afternoon. Some debris out of the speedway, making it a little bit more difficult as the 67 snaps it around. Car number 50, tapping the 7E, I believe it is. Hard shot up at turn number 3 and 4. Looks like they may want to check the drivers, folks, just to be sure. Red flag is definitely coming out. Lap number 37 into the record books. They just want to be sure that the drivers are A-OK. That's the most important factor, measure of protection. Real dash into the first turn, folks. The top 4 cars looking to pull away. Bruce Thomas, a seasoned veteran of full-bodied racing, raced in the late model division, now has control of this 4-cylinder class, and the halfway marker is out on the field. Not being a mathematician, I'd have to say 38 laps down, 37 to go. Or close to that at least. I never was very good in algebra. Never liked formulas. And the green back out with the number 17. Let's see how long this lasts. Doesn't look as though the car's cooperating as the rest of the field rumbles on her back bumper. Emma Green heads to the infield once again. Trying to check out, see what problem the car is running through at the present time. Now they're settling down. The battle is for second, third, fourth, and fifth spots. We're not quite sure, but that 17X appears to have either gotten a lot faster or was faster earlier and not noticed. We're not sure what the situation is. That car is definitely hooked up. That's Stan Cox out of Old Lyme, the Datsun B210. Running extremely well at this point of the day. Could be he's just been hanging back, but that Datsun is really cranked up, folks. All those four drivers settle down a bit. In the meantime, Bruce Thomas is able to walk away with the clear speedway in front. Once they start battling amongst themselves, kind of leaves things a little bit freer for the front runners. Now the big question is, can they go the entire 75-lap distance? Did they put enough gas in the tank? Will the tires hold out? All kind of questions to be answered yet. Out number 71 in the wall between turns 1 and 2. Ken Starr gets it back down off the banking, off the wall. Not quite sure whether he wants to continue now. This one's a long way from being over. Bruce Thomas able to thread the needle. Gets by some of the slower cars, disposes of them real quick like. Now let's see if Chucky Paniccio can do likewise. Oh, Paniccio catches a break on the backstretch. They parted the ways. Donnie Savinac on the move with the number 2 closing in rather quickly. There's another young man that could use a break. He runs third unofficially with the 17 of Hartenstein fourth. And we'd have to believe Stan Cox in that 17X is unofficially in the 5th spot. Paniccio continues to reel in the back bumper of Bruce Thomas. Wow, that brings back memories. Dave Thomas hasn't been here in a long time, folks. Chuck Paniccio closing in is about a car length and a half behind. Chuck Paniccio going to make a race out of it, folks. Continues to reel in the back bumper of the Mustang. The Volvo against the Mustang. Foreign against domestic. Whatever the way you want to put it, folks, it's going to be a race to the checker. Rick Hartenstein in the 17 Connecticut takes back the 3rd spot from Don Savinac in the Deuce. Stan Cox in the 17X running right with that pack. We'd have to assume he's in the number 5 position. Lap number 61 being scored. That means there's only 14 more circuits remaining. Numbers begin to dwindle quickly, folks, on the closing session. Just when you think it's going to take forever, they just seem to disappear. The lead is less than a car length. There's a challenge in turn number 1. Paniccio comes up just a bit short. A race within a race. All the cars racing for the checkered flag. Bruce Thomas and Chuck Paniccio racing for the win. The number 22's for sale, folks. I can't help but wonder whether or not they've got a new car already prepared, up their sleeve with some new tricks. We understand Paniccio's full-size cars for sale as well. Looks as though he's ready to build some new equipment. Car number 11, Connecticut, has to be the only other car in contention for a top finish. The car has been strong all day long. Keep in mind, all the drivers have to pass a post-race inspection. We've seen many a driver pass everything on the racetrack except the inspection. So that could happen again this afternoon. But that won't take place until after all the racing has been completed. Bruce Thomas using up a lot of racetrack. Trying to block out the 22 of Paniccio, folks. Time is running out. Whoa, it is a break. Slower car gets in the way. Gives Thomas a little bit of breathing room. That race for the third spot's been unbelievable all afternoon. They've been waging war. Those three cars. 17 Connecticut, the Deuce, and the 17X. Next time around, it'll be lap number 70 down to a 5-lap dash. And this one's not over, folks. 1 2/3 miles, all that's remaining. 5 circuits of the Speedway, and so far it's been Bruce Thomas. Chuck Paniccio in trouble. Bobble momentarily behind the 14, and that cost him dearly with time running out. That could be the race, folks. Paniccio closing in. The popsicle sticks are out, folks. If he's got anything left, he's going to have to do it right quick. 2 to go. 2 more times around as Paniccio pulls to the inside. This is about as close as he's been all afternoon, folks. He's right there in the hunt for the win. After 73 grueling laps, they find themselves nose to tail. Slower cars in the way. Let's see, it's not over. They're going to have to maneuver their way through these slower cars, folks. Let's see who picks the right line. Last time around, slower cars in the way. Thomas looks to thread the needle on the backstretch. Paniccio follows suit. The final time, it's all over at the line. And Bruce Thomas, by less than a half a car length, picks up the win. Unbelievable.
Hey, congratulations on the Bruce. Bruce, you want a hug? Bruce, say hi to Andy.
Bruce comes from Rotten Bruce. What can you tell us about the race?
Melanie.
Looks like you did a pretty decent job getting the car repaired. Time to feature was, who was your toughest competition out there? That Volvo, huh?
Speak up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your feature winner this afternoon's four-cylinder mini-style feature, Victor. As the Victory Lane celebration will continue, Joe, I'm going to pass it back up to you.